is up? What is good? How's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Let me go ahead and apologize for the ring light situation. We're just gonna roll with it because I don't like how I look without my glasses. Otherwise I'd take them off. Anyway, as you can tell by the title of this video and my beautiful Stray Kids sweatshirt that I got from my bestie Val, if you haven't seen that video, we'll link it up here. We are doing another Stray Kids video, and today we are going to be ranking the songs on their NOEASY album. Now, if you are a stay and you are here, hello, but you're probably wondering, Maya, they just did a comeback and dropped Maxident. As you can see, I do know. It's right here, and I love it. Why are you ranking songs from NOEASY, which came out, I believe, last year? Yes, Maxident just came out, but that's why I'm not doing it, because I still need time to go through and listen, because like the only thing I know for a fact about a ranking for Maxident is that Three Racha is my #1 song on that album. I love it with my entire being. That song is so fire, and I love every song on the album. But I don't know where all of the rest of them rank, because I feel like every time I listen to it, my opinions on each song changes. Not like they get bad, but like where I put each song like changes. And so we're gonna give that more time. I'll do it in another video. But for now, we're going to start with my favorite album of Stray Kids, which is NOEASY. Now, I've only been a stay since July, but I've managed to listen through, I believe, their entire discography, like their discography that's like on Spotify and stuff and out to the world. I haven't listened to all the Skiz players or the Skiz records, so don't come at me sideways, but I will. Of everything I've listened to of Stray Kids, NOEASY is the one that is by far my favorite. It's like my favorite combination of songs, my favorite vibes, one of my favorite colors, like as you can see right here. I'll probably paste a picture of the NOEASY album somewhere here or something, but I like, when I went on vacation to Germany, I painted this, and it's like inspired by the NOEASY album cover. It's so freaking fun. I love it. It's such a pretty cover. But yeah, in conclusion, I love NOEASY. That's why we're doing it. Yeah, so the way that this is going to go is that it's going to go from, we're starting from my least favorite song to my most favorite song on the album, and yeah, we're just gonna see where that goes. So let's get into it. We're done with intros. All right, so at number 14, because there's 14 songs on the album, we've got Gone Away. This is one of the unit songs on the album, and it features Han, IN, and Seungmin. And it's this pretty, like, this beautiful, sad love song where they're basically talking about how they're in love with somebody, but the person isn't in love with them back. It's like unrequited love, and so it's them, like, I guess, letting go of the love, giving up on that particular love, not love in general, but just that love in general, or just that love specifically. And the reason why this one is at number 14 is because it's so beautiful. It's such a good song, but it's like, it's sad. And like, I'm a person who likes sad songs and sad movies and stuff like that, but like certain songs and stuff like that just hit different. And so I have to be in a specific headspace to listen to that specific song. So if I'm not like actively like listening to the entire album, I'm probably gonna skip it. Not because it's bad, but because like I don't want to get in my feels and stuff like that, you know? But like if I'm ever in that situation, or if I'm ever like in a need to be in like a kind of melancholic, sad headspace, I do go for that song because it's so beautiful and it has my babies in it, and it's so good. It's just such a pretty song. The vocals, phenomenal. But yeah, that's the reason for that one. All right, moving on to number 13. We got Secret Secret. All right, this one is the whole group singing, and I like this one because it's just kind of a vibe. Like, it's just like when you hear it, you can just let relax kind of song. Like it's very lyrical and vocal heavy. Like there's not a whole lot of rapping specifically in this one. What I have in my notes here is that it's background music for reflection. So like I picture you're in a movie or whatever, and this is the music that's playing in the background when you're like thinking about whatever, you're just zoned out. And that's the kind of vibe I get from Secret Secret. And it's just a really pretty song and I love it very much. And I believe this one was written by Han Ji-sung. Love him. And this is just kind of his vibe of music that he really likes to write, and it's just fun. All right, next up at number 12 we have Star Lost. I love Star Lost because it's a very hopeful song. Like when I listen to it, I always think of like Neverland and obviously stars. It just feels like an anthem to stay. Sometimes they write songs specifically to stay, which is their fan base if you don't know. And this is what that feels like. They're singing to us. Like we have them feeling star lost and it's beautiful, and they have us feeling star lost. It's so pretty, and it's just an anthem. It's a pretty love anthem. It's like, we love you. It's like, we love you too. At number 11, we have Silent Cry. This one, I like Silent Cry because upon my first listen, I was immediately kind of able to like listening to it without watching them perform it or having watched a video with the lyrics. I was able to gauge from the few English parts in the song what the song was about. Even just with the title, I kind of had an idea, and basically it's them singing to someone who kind of holds in all of their feelings and their emotions and just keeps their suffering to themselves kind of vibe. And I felt called out because I do that. And I liked this song because it was like, hey, they're like, we see you, stop it. I don't know where I just stopped because my roommate came in and said he wanted to talk to me for like 20 minutes, but that's fine. I believe what I was saying about Silent Cry was that it likes to call me out for locking up all my feelings and emotions. I like it. Like I like that it calls me out, and it's just like, they see me, they know, they probably do the same thing. It gives me that connection to my boys. And the song in itself is just a bop. It's emotional and it's raw, but it's like, you can like, to it, right? Next up is number 10 on the list, which is Sick. This song is hype as all get out. Period. Like that's the main thing about it. The energy in this song is so much fun. And it's basically them just like, bragging about how sick they are, how cool they are. And it's a song that always energizes me every time it comes on. Every time I'm listening to it, I'm just like, it just fills me with this hype energy, and I just love that about it. And it's one of those songs that I actively go to when I want to be in a good mood and I want to like get energized and motivated. I'm just like, I want to be them in this song. Next up we have number 9, which is Sorry I Love You. This one, I am a sucker for. I know what I said about freaking Gone Away and how it's a little too sad for me, but in general, I like those love songs that are kind of melancholy, but like not too melancholy. That makes no sense, but it makes sense in my brain, so that's what we're sticking with. But yeah, this one is basically talking about somebody. It's another unrequited love thing. Or I don't know if it's unrequited, but it's more so like they're finally admitting that they like this person, that they love this person. Kind of like, like the confession scene. It's like, we've known each other this amount of time and I'm admitting my feelings to you. Sorry, kind of situation. It's like, but I don't want to stay just friends kind of thing. And like, it's simultaneously a very relaxing and emotional song. Like it calms me, but it also like squeezes my heart a bit, like tugs on the heartstrings and makes me feel. And I love that. And it's a chill in the dark kind of vibe. That's what I have written here. Chill in the dark kind of song where like you just lay in the bed in the darkness and you're just like hearing it. It's like telling a story in your brain, And so yeah, that's why that one is number 9 on the list. Now we move on to number 8, which is Domino. Domino is another super fun hype song that always makes me want to dance. I love the choreography and performances that have come along with this song. It's basically it's another song about them, basically of them like hyping themselves up and bragging about how awesome they are. Like they're not full of themselves kind of celebrities. They're very humble and they're very humble and always ready to learn. But like they have songs like Domino where it's just like, but just to let you know, we are amazing and here's why. It's just a lot of fun. And obviously Domino reminds me of pizza. I like pizza a lot. It's one of my favorite foods. And also they have one of their performances, they're dressed up as pizza delivery people, because, you know, a nod to Domino's Pizza because the song's called Domino, and it's just super fun. So yeah, everything about Domino is such a good vibe. Even the just like the teaser video that they did for it was so much fun. It was so much fun. Now on to number 7, another semi-pizza related song. We got Cheese. This one is literally a song directed to the haters. First of all, the video for the song is just them like playing around with a bunch of stuff, hanging out, and just being chaotic as one does when you're hanging out with your homies. Yeah, so my camera cut off again because my storage was full on my phone. Love to see it. Anyway, I don't know where I stopped here either, but basically Cheese is a song they're calling out the haters and telling them, hey, like, you think we're funny because of like what we're saying in our songs because of our music? It's like, well, thanks to your, like, basically like thanks to you and your views and your comments, we're getting more exposure. Eventually you're gonna be a fan, so you might as well just like, you know, we'll cheese with you, cheese kind of thing, you know. It's just a vibe. Next up, we are at number 6 on the list, and we got Wolfgang. I love this song so much. This song caught my attention because, one, the title. As a former, and by former I mean current, werewolf enthusiast and lover, I like anything that is related. I like pretty much anything related to wolves and werewolves and things like that. And the entire song basically like drug me back to like that period in my life when I was like in high school and stuff, where I was like watching Teen Wolf and Twilight and all that fun stuff, and like really deep into my like werewolf obsession. And it was really fun. It's like very nostalgic kind of vibe without being a nostalgic song, if it makes sense. And this song, I like the song other than the werewolf aspects, the wolf aspects, because it's like a battle cry kind of song. It's another song that like motivates you and pushes you. It's like because like the song, they made it for this survival show that they were part of, like K-pop survival show. It was like their finale song, the last song that they won with. And it's basically them just not acknowledging the gravity of them being in this competition, and how this is the final countdown kind of vibe, and how they're ready, and how they're putting everything on the table now. And it's super fun. It's super cool. Like the song itself and like the instrumental and the vocals and stuff like that, but then also just the concept. And coming back to them doing it for Wolfgang, doing it for Kingdom, which is the show that they made it for. The Kingdom performance for this song, if you've seen it, you know why it's so good. Because one is Stray Kids, but also Bang Chan. Bang Chan is my bias in case you don't know, which you probably don't, but he is. Bang Chan in the Wolfgang Kingdom performance. Moving on to number 5 on the list. Number 5, we have Surfin'. This is another unit song. And in this one, we have Lino, Changbin, and Felix. This song is so much fun. I'm not a beach person. I don't like the beach. Summer is like my least favorite of the 4 seasons because it's hot, and mostly because it's hot. But this song makes me actively want to possibly go to a beach and be in the summer air and have like the summery vibes. It's a song talking about relaxing, enjoying the beachiness of life, just kind of like allowing yourself to have that break, you know? And it's literally just a song full of vibes, full of good vibes. It's super cute. The video, they do like a pool thing, and the reason I think part of the reason why I like it a lot is because we get a lot of Lino Lino vocals and in this song, and I really like his voice. I've come, like, in these few months that I've listened to them, I've really come to appreciate his voice, and so we get a lot of that in this song, and I love it a lot. Next up is the last of the unit songs, Red Lights, featuring Bangchan and Hyunjin. This one, I love this one. Well, when I first watched it, when I first heard it, I was watching the music video. And the music video for this song is very different, I guess is the word. Very, very different from the other concepts that Stray Kids had done before. There are a lot of layers to this song, because the song, like, if you haven't seen like their process of making this album, which they did document, and heard their explanation in like them making the song, first layer idea of the song is it's about an obsessive relationship, like a kind of toxic relationship between two people. And in the video, there's a lot of red lights, there's chains, there's a lot happening. If you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. It's a very pretty video. It's a very beautiful video. Very pretty and like very, very beautiful video. Also, like, two very attractive men in chains, but also in suits and tattoos, and there's a lot happening. There's some beautiful choreography too. And then, but the song itself is so raw. Not raw, but like the song itself is so, like, you can kind of hear the desperation and the need, because like the song is about a toxic relationship, but that doesn't automatically, like, it doesn't automatically have to mean between two people, because their premise that they came up with is like a toxic relationship between a person and their passion kind of vibe. When you look at it that layer too, because I like that there are multiple layers to what it could be. I wish that I could just have a audio file of just the instrumental. It's just a very powerful instrumental with like the guitars, the strings, the beat. It starts out with like just breathing at the beginning, and that's just like, it immediately gives you what the vibe of the song is gonna be. And then you put the vocals on top of that, Bangchan and Hyunjin singing on top of it. It's so good. All right, we have reached the top 3. At number 3, we have Thunderous. It's such a good song. It's so good because, like, I love songs that incorporate like traditional instruments and like mix the traditional kind of sound with the new modern kind of sound, and that's what this one does. The way they produced this song and like incorporated these different elements into it is so interesting, because I obviously don't immediately know every Korean traditional instrument because I'm not Korean. I've never been to Korea. I've only recently started learning about Korea. But even without knowing, I could hear in the sounds, it's like, these aren't normal, like, not normal. These aren't the usual kind of instruments. Like, all of these aren't the usual kind of instruments that I would hear here in like the West side of the world, you know? And it was really interesting and cool to hear it. And then we get to the video of this song, and like they're in this kind of like traditional Korean town, but then they've put that modern spin on it with like their like sports cars and their ensemble, their clothes, and just different aspects of what they were doing. This marriage between their culture and the modern world, and it was so cool. Then moving on to the lyrics, it's another song where they're kind of coming at the haters, basically saying like, because like people would say like, oh, their music isn't music, it's noise, it's so noisy, all this stuff and stuff like that. I don't know if this means, like, I think it means multiple things obviously, but it's like, one of the things they say is like Sore-kun, which is like noise master, and can mean thunderous, I think, and singer, and like it has multiple meanings. And like that's basically what they're saying. They're saying that they're Sore-kun, they're like the noise masters, they're the singers. what then, like they're like claiming that noisy title in the best way possible by making all kinds of noise in their Stray Kids manner. We're moving on to number 2. At number 2, we have the song okay, so it can be pronounced different ways. In English, I guess the English translation, it reads as O, but in Korean it's like it's Korean, so it reads as A. But yeah, so that's the next song. I love this song so much because it gives me this bittersweet vibe, because another kind of love song-esque, but again, like not all love songs are immediately like, oh, like romantic love. It can be platonic love, and that's the vibe I get from this one solely, again, because of the video. Because in the video, you can see that they're friends, but they're like kind of separating, and like, I guess they're packing up, graduating, whatever. But it doesn't seem to be on the best of terms. But the whole song they're singing, and it's flashing back between times when they were all together and happy and having a good time and all that stuff. And so they're singing about how they miss each other and how they want to be together, but they don't, I don't know, I guess they don't know if everyone else feels that way too, kind of vibe. And so like with all that being said, and like the combination of that and the lyrics, it gives me a lot of sad feelings, but then it also gives me a lot of hopeful feelings because of like the way they're singing it, specifically the chorus gives me the hopeful bit, you know? And I like to listen to this song in tandem with the next song, because with the way the videos go, that the next video for this video for the next song kind of like I believe is a kind of a continuation of this one, and we get we get the payoff for that hopefulness that's left at the end of this song. Yeah, but I really like A because it gives me a good range of feelings. It doesn't just like kind of keep me like super hype, but it also doesn't completely make me sad, if that makes sense. All right, and now we've reached number 1. Number 1, we have The View. This song was a love at first listen song. Like the very first time I heard the song, I was just kind of like at my computer with like the songs playing. I don't know what else I was doing, but I was doing something else. But when this song came on, I immediately stopped what I was doing and had to focus in, because the vibe changed, and it made me like, I was listening to it and I heard once we got to the chorus, it's like, I like the view right now. It was over for me. This song, it made me smile, and it never ceases to make me smile. It always puts a smile on my face. I could be in the worst mood, and then The View comes on, and I can't help but smile. It might not completely fix my emotional state in that moment, but for the brief bit that this song is there, I'm happy. I'm like reflecting and kind of just appreciating the moment, you know? And it's such a good song. And like it's a song, like literally a song that's reminding you to stop and appreciate what you have, stop and smell the roses, and just see the view and see where you've come from, where you are. Like look around and see all the things that there are to be grateful for. And that's something that's very important to me, because you know, like, world kind of sucks sometimes, but a song like this reminds me to just sit there and be like, hey, stop and look around at what you've been blessed with. You know, that's the kind of hope that I like to feel more often than not, so I tend to gravitate toward The View more often. So yeah, and with that happy note, we've reached the end of this lovely ranking. Let me know if you've listened to this album. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. If you are a friend of mine and you're watching this video and you haven't listened to the NOEASY album, like, go do it. Like if I find out that you watch this video and you haven't listened to NOEASY, you're catching my hands, and then I'm going to make you listen to NOEASY. If you don't know me, Listen to NOEASY. I recommend. Listen to everything and anything you can by Stray Kids. Because they are amazing and deserve all the love and praise and support from the entire planet, in my professional opinion. If you have listened to NOEASY, let me know down in the comments maybe like what your list is. Otherwise, if you would like to see my pretty face again, please like and subscribe. You know, let me know if you are a K-pop fan and if you have any other groups or anything that I should listen to, react to, and fall in love with. Because at this point, this channel is slowly going to probably become a K-pop centric channel because that is my obsession. So yeah, anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!